Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great, wonderful day. It's Krista Ritzkis with Simply Creating, and I have my phone pretty high up this morning so that you can see everything I'm doing. I'm using a pretty big piece of paper here, so I am just going to put this live on my laptop so I can see your comments, and because I can't see them right now. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend. It was busy for us in that, well, we were busy doing almost nothing, but it felt busy because the kids were home all the time, and it was just lots of stuff where it was going on and all of that good stuff. But so we didn't go anywhere. Of course, we're on lockdown now, and that's the way it is for at least a month again. Good old yay fun of COVID. And so here I am. It's Tuesday morning. I've just kind of started work, and I'm here doing this. And I hope that you all were able to have a good Easter weekend despite whatever situation you find yourself in. As I have said the last couple of weeks, we are doing a Distress Oxide ink series, because they are now available to purchase. Now, not all of these colors are available right now, but I had to choose these ones because I am using this photo for a layout. Now, I've done card size stuff the last couple of weeks, so I thought I would show you on a larger piece of paper what you can do with Distress Oxides. This is a photo that I had to take. You'll probably notice my son's proud smile there. He has surpassed his big sister in height, and I have to document this because he's so over the moon about it, and so of course my youngest son had to get in the picture too. But so this is Nathaniel, Ariana, and Jonathan, if you don't know what their names are. But this is where I based my colors on, and so I really had to use this chipped sapphire, and I chose peeled paint, which is what this one is available, and so is Tattered Rose. All three of these are available for you to purchase now. You can order them right now. But what we're gonna do today, I just had to show you that. That's why I chose these colors. What we're gonna do today is actually, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how to use stencils. We have these wonderful 12 by 12 stencil packs, and I think you can see it in the picture. This is one of them. This is, I honestly have them all together in one bag. So we have 3 different packs, which each have 3 stencils in them. And I'll pull some of them over so you can kind of get a feel for what they look like. So they have lots of different styles. So there's this sunburst. There is this one that has a bunch of different patterns on it. In fact, some people have actually cut this up into smaller pieces. You could use the whole thing as one, or you could cut it up however you like. We have, this one is actually one of my favorites. It's this flower. I love using it, and I'm going to show you something that I did with that in a little while when I'm done here. And then there are some that have a repeating pattern, like this heart one, and I like this one too. It's got a gradient of circles, so small circles to large circles. Really cool. And there's more. There's like a honeycomb, and there's stripes, and lots of really neat things, and you can use them on a large piece or a small piece. But today I want to show you a larger piece because I'm going to use this piece on a layout of this fun photo of my kids. Again, to reiterate, you want a messy mat, an all-purpose mat. You're going to want to have the mini blending tool with the foam pieces that go with it. You will want to have a towel or paper towel or something to clean up because you're going to get messy. You're going to want a spray bottle or a spray pen. I just have this one because it's handy for me right now to clean up as well. For this particular project, you also need some washi tape. And you want to choose washi tape that doesn't have a lot of, like, it's not real strong. You want it to be a bit more tacky. And because we need to hold our stencil in place. And so what I'm going to do is just place this over top, and it's larger than 6 inches, I think. Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of place it. I don't know. We'll just put it there. All right. So we did a little Easter egg hunt with the kids. Jonathan is really into that stuff right now, of course, because he's 5, and totally loving all of it. Anything to do with that kind of thing. We found, yeah, anyway, it was fun. We don't really do the Easter bunny here in our house. Sorry, I have to move my camera just a little bit because it's pushing against the all-purpose mat. We don't do the Easter bunny. We just hide them. The kids went upstairs to Ariana's room, and then we hid them. It was fun. Okay, I'm actually going to put a piece right here to anchor my stencil sheet down on my paper. Now, what we're going to do is, and I'm going to move my photo out of the way so I don't get it inky. Remember my first Technique Tuesday that we did where we talked about about the inks, and I showed you how to sponge on your ink onto your paper. That's the kind of technique we're going to use today. I'm just going to kind of try and get that a little bit flatter. Maybe I need another piece there. It's not laying super flat against my paper, so I just want to make sure that it's as flat as I can get it so that we get a nice crisp image. So with this stencil, you're going to go in a circular motion again, but obviously you've also got to think about your what you're doing with the stencil, right? We want to be careful that we don't lift up the stencil in any way and cause problems that way, which is why I'm taping it down quite a bit. And well, it's washi tape, right? We go through washi tape like crazy. And then what you want to do is decide where do you want your colors to be, because you are going to blend them into each other, but it's entirely up to you where you want them. I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is my Tattered Rose. And remember that these are buildable colors. And so as you ink up and you load it on, you can keep going and adding more and more ink, and that will allow more color to the color will be darker. It will change a little bit as you add more. You can choose to have a lot of ink. I just realized something. This is the first time I'm using this, and there is an actual little piece stuck in my stencil that I'm just going to pop right out right here. And I didn't see that before because it's clear plastic. There we go. You betcha you can see that. There's a little white spot there. All right, back to it. The joys of doing live. All right. Again, so you want to build up your color. You're going to start with a lighter touch, and then you can go heavier. And because it's through a stencil, you actually have a bit of freedom in how you do it. Like when I was showing you before, you want to be careful with how heavy your hand is. But I find with using a stencil, you actually have a bit more leeway, because you can, it's just any mistakes or weird marks that you leave with this kind of get hidden because it's through a stencil. And maybe that could be just me just thinking that, but I think it's true. So I'm going to use quite a bit of this Tattered Rose because I want my photo is going to kind of overlap this piece a little bit, and so I want to have lots of Tattered Rose so that it doesn't get hidden and you can still see it. And then I'm going to go with my peeled paint, and I'm going out a little bit farther with this Tattered Rose so that I can overlap the colors a little bit, right? Because we talked about that before, that you want to be able to overlap and add more color, and when you blend them together, that's where the beauty of this ink is. And I think that'll be good for now. So now I'm going to go in with my peeled paint. and this is actually the first time I'm using this, so we'll see how it goes. The joy again of this fun live stuff. All right, so I think that this color, I'm not going to add as much of it because it's brighter, and I kind of was hoping for it to be a bit darker. Maybe that with the sapphire it'll blend in nicely. And so that's the other thing I love about these inks, is if you don't like it, just add another color on top and see what happens. Got a little fluffy there. Oops. Come on. So anyway, as I was saying about my son, who is 2 years younger than his sister, he is super excited to be taller than her. As I'm sure probably any of you who have kids and your sons are teenagers and they're discovering that, oh look, they're growing and getting bigger, and they're having fun with that stuff. So here we go. I think that's good for that one. So I'm going to move that one over there. And I'm going to add in some chipped sapphire. Now, chipped sapphire is quite dark, so I'm going to go in with a light touch. And the beauty of the stencil is you can actually start on the part that's covered. Like, this is part of the stencil. It's plastic, but it's not going to wreck my project if I want a light touch. So I'm actually going to come in from the solid plastic to make sure that I'm not going too dark and having too much ink on it. But I also want to watch the edge because I don't want any on that part there. So I'm going to be careful about where I'm sponging or where I'm doing this, so that we can get, that I get the look I want. And that I don't get it on the paper itself where the stencil is not, if that makes sense. So now you'll notice too that I'm pulling it down into the green a little bit more. And what's happening is that this bright green is turning into that dark army green that is on his pants. And I might actually just pull it down quite a bit so that that green changes color and that it's not quite so bright. There might be, I'm going to leave a bit of a hint there, but I love the way the colors blend together, and they do so seamlessly as well. And it's just really fun to work with this stuff. And honestly, this is not hard. This is not difficult. Like I've said before, I am the Simply Creating crafter. I like to have things pretty straightforward. I don't want to have a whole pile of things that I need to do in order to get a nice project. I like things to be pretty straightforward and simple, and this is what this is. This creates this beautiful look without a whole lot of extra stuff that I need to worry about as a crafter. There's a lot of, not watching the edge there. There's a lot of, what's the word? You get a lot of bang for your buck with these inks. There's a wow factor with these inks, and that's what I love about them. Tattered Rose and Chipped Paint, the green, are available, but the sapphire one is not. Katrina, that's right. So that the pink one I started with and the green one are available right now. This dark blue is not at the moment. It might still come in. They keep adding them as they come in. And this is an issue all over the globe. Distress Oxides, you won't even find very many at Michael's, which is the other place that I would shop for them. They just don't have them, and that's a manufacturer issue. It's not close to my heart issue, unfortunately. But there is the other blue. There's the Peacock Feathers is a really nice teal blue that I've used the last couple of times. And so you can use that instead of a blue. I know this is a really beautiful blue, and I'm sad it's not available right now because it's one of my favorite colors to use because it is just so beautiful. It's a nice navy. But yeah, I know it's unfortunate that we can't carry them all right now. All right, so normally what I would do is come back in with my green and go over the spots where it's all blended. But I actually love the way this looks right now, so I don't want to do that. I'm not going to add any more color to that one. I just want to get this corner really good. Make sure that my blue is the right shade. I'm going to blend this out a little bit because I see a little bit of a line there. What I might do is come in with this one again and just blend it out a little bit into the green as well. So the lighter colors are definitely more forgiving because they don't show your mistakes as much, I'll say that. Yeah, this is a really fun way to add some really good interest in your photo. Now, if I take a look at this, so I might, when I put my photo on my page, I'm going to make sure, I might even crop it to 4x4. We'll see. I'm going to put it so that somewhere around here, so that I have lots of this color showing, and probably on an angle, so I have more showing. But doesn't that look awesome? The colors just work perfectly. So now that I'm going to do the big reveal, don't worry, I'm just going to put my inks away here. The other cool thing is, actually, I thought about doing this with this one too, but I thought, no, I'm going to show you this technique, and then I'm going to give you another stencil technique next week, because there is a lot to show there. Let me show you. I'll grab that piece of washi tape later. There is my piece. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. So pretty. I don't really want to put it down anywhere because it's all inked. But let me just wipe this off quickly. So that's the only spot that on my messy mat that really got messy. So pretty good, eh? I'll put that aside to clean later, but you can just use it, spray it with the spray pen in your mat, and away you go. So this is still a little bit damp, so I wouldn't want to do much with it right now, or I could heat set it to make it set faster. I have just used normal white daisy cardstock with this, okay? Just to keep that in mind. And there we go. There is my piece for my layout with my kids. And I will try to get a project made with this. I tried to do the one last week, but I just didn't have time with the kids home and holiday weekend and all that fun stuff. But so tune in next week, because we're going to talk about stencils again, but I'm going to give you another cool technique to use with them. And I hope that you'll find it lots of fun. All right, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you next week. All right, have a great day. Bye.